In this video about the TI-8384 calculator, we're going to find out how to find the intersection of two functions that have been graphed in the calculator, two functions that have been graphed simultaneously. You may remember doing this from an earlier math course where you worked with systems of equations, and you might have had linear systems, and you had a line and another line, and you were tasked with the job of finding the point of intersection. And you might have done this graphically, you might have done it with an addition method, you might have done it with a substitution method. Now we're going to talk about finding this point of intersection with a graphical method using the calculator. Let me mention to you also that sometimes there's more than one point of intersection. Now, not when you're dealing with linear functions, but suppose you have a quadratic function and a linear function, then you would see, whether you do it algebraically or graphically, that there are 2 points of intersection. There is even a possibility that you could have what's called a third-degree polynomial function, and suppose we took this horizontal line, it would have 3 points of intersection. Now, to do those with the grapher, the first thing we'll have to do is put the two equations into the y equals. So if I go back to my calculator, and I go to the y equals, I can leave that line that I used in a previous video in there, and I can put in another line. Let's suppose it is negative 4x minus 5, and I am in a standard viewing window. I know that because a little while ago I did a zoom 6. So I hit a 6. It's a standard viewing window. There's the first line. There's the second line. And there is a point of intersection. Now, that point of intersection might be at integer values, but then again, it might be at decimal or fractional values. So I really don't know, but I do see that the two lines are crossing. To find the point of intersection, I'm going to use the second of the trace key, which is the calculation key, calc. Second of trace is calc. Choice number 5 is intersection. Now, it will start with the blinking cursor on the first of the two y equal functions that you have, and it is on y1. What I'm going to do is, using my left or right arrow key, is I'm going to move it gradually toward the point of intersection. You don't have to land on it. You probably won't land on it, but you'll get close. That's the first curve. Press enter. Second curve, but you don't have to change anything. Press enter. It says guess. I'm not sure why, but I'm not guessing, and I press enter. And I will get the intersection. Now, any problem you're working on will tell you the accuracy that you need to have in your answer. In other words, what place value to round. So this would be negative 1.29, comma, 0.14. So there it is. I am not writing that answer down, but it is an ordered pair. Okay? So now let's make up another problem. Let's go over here. Let's find the intersection. Oh, sorry, that was left over and it had disappeared for a minute. Let's find the intersection And all of my things are coming back that had disappeared. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, how about I just go up? Okay, suppose I'm going to find the intersection between y equals 3x plus 8 and y equals 7x minus 2. All right, the first thing I have to do is type those in. So I'll go to the y equals, clear, clear. The first one, 3 variable x plus 8. Go down. Second one, 7 variable x subtract 2. I always start in a Zoom 6 window, and I'm already in it. I didn't make any adjustments to the window. There's the first graph. There's the second graph. Now, in this case, I believe that they are headed toward an intersection, but it's not in my viewing window. You have to be able to see the intersection in order to accurately find it. So I need to change my window, and what am I going to change? Well, I need to change the up direction, which is y max. So go to Window, go to y max, and there's not an absolutely correct number to put in there. Just put in a number you think will be big enough that you will see the intersection that seemed to be going on up here. And we'll see if mine was, yes, it was fine, because I do see that point of intersection right up there. And that drag screen, I'm sorry, that's just something that allows me to drag a screen and put it over on another place. All right, so how do I find the intersection? Second of the trace key is calc. Number 5, use right and left. Now up and down, let me show you. Toggle between the red and the black, and it doesn't matter whether you push up or down, it just shifts to the other one. Right and left literally move the cursor. Okay, I'm pretty close to the point of intersection. Now I hit enter, enter, enter. Just hit enter 3 times. It will say intersection when it's done, and the answer is 2.5, 15.5. So 2.5, comma, 15.5. This is the only point in the coordinate plane that is a solution to this equation and a solution to this equation. Let's look at one more. Let's look at y equals, I'm going to pick something kind of easy, x, maybe 3x plus 2, and y equals x squared plus 2x minus 4. I have a linear equation and a quadratic equation. Depending on when you're watching this video in the course, you may or may not be familiar with the word quadratic, but not to worry, it is just an equation where the x is squared. All right, so let me type those in. Go to y equals, clear, clear. I think I might have been using something similar for my y1, it doesn't matter. 3 variable x plus 2, and variable x squared is right here. First column, there's x squared, plus 2 variable x subtract 4. All right, I will do a zoom 6. That puts me in that standard viewing window of -10 to 10. There's the line. Hang on just a minute. And there's the parabola. I see a point of intersection here, but I'm hitting a hint of an intersection up there. It looks to me that again I need to change Y max. So window, Y max, you could put 18. That ought to be high enough. Just above the 10 that it was at before. There's an intersection, and there's an intersection. You have to do two completely separate problems. So second, calc, second of traces calc, number 5. I'm going to go get this one first. So using my left arrow, I'm close to it, enter, enter, enter. -2, -4. -2, -4. All right, so the first point of intersection is -2, -4. That's a solution to both of those. Go back. I start over. Second of the trace key is calc. Number 5 again. Now, you have a choice. You can go along the line, or if you use the up or down arrow, you can track along the parabola. I'll just do this. When you get close, enter, enter, enter. The other intersection is the point 311. So you can have multiple points of intersection. Okay? So when you have two functions, and possibly even more, but in our course we'll restrict ourselves to only 2, you can find physical, graphical points of intersection using second of the trace key, which is calc, number 5. Go to the point of intersection and then enter, enter, enter.